Morning, everyone. It's like 9:30, which is early for the captain. And see, I should really post all the emails. I should do that. Just get one conglomeration of all the different comments and emails. Like, oh, you're a loser. What do you do? Live in your mom's basement? No, I'm living the dream, and you're a sucker at work. So it's 9:30, and I'm tired because I woke up at 9. But I got an email, and I thought this email, the answer to which, would be of benefit to everyone. And this comes from Susie. And Susie writes, Hi, Aaron. My husband and I are taking out a couple $1,000s out of savings this week to stash in case of a panic. Since currency may end up temporarily or permanently useless, we think we should buy some physical gold, silver, and or copper. We've never done this. Can you recommend what and how to buy and not what to buy? Or can you recommend a trustworthy person who will? I'm not looking for a growth investment. I'm looking for a bit of survival currency. Thanks, Susie. All right. And this is an important question because buying precious metals, there's a couple pitfalls involved, but it's, I'd say, pretty hard to screw up. But let's talk about some basic things that you should know about purchasing precious metals. One, why do you do it? It's probably the biggest mistake people do. A lot of people look at precious metals as an investment, as like it's going to grow over value, and what it really is more of is an insurance policy in case the currency of your home nation, in this case the US dollar, collapses. You want to store value, okay? You think there's going to be hyperinflation, you've worked your ass off, you've exchanged your time, your labor into US dollars, and one of these things. So this is my time in paper form, a small amount of it, and I'm afraid that this piece of paper, which technically is worthless, will become worthless because there will be no production of goods, or there's going to be a trillion more of these printed off. But Ben Bernanke would never do that. So that's what you're afraid of, is that these are going to be so commonplace, you'd rather take some of these, exchange into something else. Now, there are people who trade gold and silver and try to profit off of it. And that's fine, that's okay, but that's not you. That's not your average person who's afraid about and would like to have a position in precious metals. And everyone should. This isn't, you know, oh, you're a prepper. Yeah, fuck you, or damn right I'm a prepper. But everybody, your 401ks, whatever, precious metals should play a little bit of a role in there. And I've also talked about, well, I'll talk about one thing which I don't have because I'm a guy. One way you could invest in gold or silver, precious metals, is through jewelry. This makes the ladies happy, but it's not terribly functional. It'll serve its purpose, but if things really get bad and you want to use it as a currency, you're going to have to melt it down, and the women don't like it when you tell them you have to melt their jewelry down. Plus, they got these gems and diamonds in the way, and then you got to do something with them. So what you want to find something is a little bit more divisible. And what I have here are some coins. And I do not have any gold coins, and the reason why is I'm not a terribly big fan of gold. I think it's almost too potent, too pure, too powerful, because if, you know, the shit were to hit the fan, a gold piece would serve more as like a store of value for like your car. Yeah, it would be used in exchange, but truthfully, a lot of people just plain can't afford gold. You need something a little bit more divisible, something that you could use to trade and exchange goods and services with, and that's why I like silver and copper a little bit more. Now, silver, there's several ways you could get it. I do not recommend going online and buying silver. You want to own physical silver. In other words, don't buy an ETF or a mutual fund of silver or gold or copper or whatever. You need it in your physical form because, remember, again, the primary purpose is an insurance investment. And it doesn't do you any good sitting in a mine in Mexico where your ETF has part ownership of a mutual fund which leases out to the ERIT and then da-da-da, and then you got this partial claim on that on gold that is to be delivered in 2016. So you want it physically. So here we have a silver dollar. This, I don't know how good the resolution will be. Yeah, there we go. It's reflecting. This is a Liberty dollar. This is made by the U.S., or made by U.S. Mint. And it's 1 ounce. well, not every, but most things are, they have 1 ounce coins. Now, you can use this, I guess, as a currency today, but this is a silver piece. It's not really actual U.S. currency. But it is 1 ounce of silver, or 0.9999 ounces of silver. Now, another thing you can buy, this is an actual, see if I can see that there, a Morgan dollar. And this is from the 1800s or early 1900s. And you're going to notice something about it. It's in very bad shape. Well, these only have 75% silver in them. These were used as official U.S. currency back in the day. But what they're called coals. And what a coal is it is so worn down that it has no coin collector value or numismatic value, I think is what the official term is. I kind of like these because you'll find them also at coin dealers along with newly minted coins. This is new, this is old. And whereas it doesn't have as much silver, it still has silver. And a lot of people eschew this. This is also what's called junk silver, where no one's going to collect it because it's old or has any kind of collection value. The only reason people are going to buy this is because it has silver in it. And these kind of, they kind of like the bad reputation, not bad reputation. People don't want this as much. So I'll take it off their hands. So usually I'll go to a coin dealer, see if they have any culls. Most times they do, and you'll see that they pretty much trade at the price of silver. Now, if you don't have that, here's something a little bit rarer. This is actual silver. It's a silver bar, a small bar. It's also 1 ounce. And this falls under a larger category of this original silver piece, which is silver bullion, not official currency, but silver pieces, minted things. You say, that's weird. If you look at it, let me get the angle right. There, it says Dad. Well, back in the 70s and 80s, a lot of people made silver memory or commemorative pieces for birthdays, graduations, wedding anniversaries. And then what's great is people get divorced. They don't want these things anymore. They guy, get it out! I hate her! Yeah, you know. So. But again, silver. Now, I believe these official minted coins, or these circular coins, this bullion, will actually command a premium over this. Yes, it has the same material value as the silver, same amount of silver. But when it comes, who's going to really want this? What does it say, Dad? Yeah, I mean, a pinch of it, So I just kind of bought this because I thought it was unique and different and interesting. But yes, this is something that if your silver dealer or your coin collector is out of regular bullion, they'll probably have some of these laying around, but these are usually the last to go, even before the culls, though I do like the culls. Now, more on silver. There is silver currently being exchanged in the U.S. economy, and it's in the form of our dimes, nickels, and quarters, and some half pieces as well. And I have here two sets of 2 nickels. These, 1954, 1951. These, 1990, 2009. Now, the reason I bring up the dates is before 1964, the United States ended up taking out all the silver of all of our silver-colored coins. So this is a silver color, but since these were made after 1964, they have no silver in them. It's zinc and some kind of clad composite. These are made before 1964. Now you can look at dates, but there's another thing you can do, and you can have good ears, because this has a different chemical composition. It makes a different noise. I'll see. So you hear that, and you hear this. These are the new ones. It's very slight. The newer ones, the ones that don't have silver in them, will have a higher tink, 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 tink than the ones with the silver. So that's a way to tell if you have really good hearing and bad sight, I guess. So that's another way. And then finally, you have copper pennies. Okay, this new shiny penny is from 1999, and this one is from 73. 1982 and before, and I'm sorry, after 1982. Like the silver coinage, we took out all the copper. So this doesn't have any copper in it. This does. I think it maybe is full copper. I think you could take this and melt it down. Some people have, which is illegal. You shouldn't do that. But if you're looking to hoard, they did this on Pawn Stars. They found out the old man was hoarding pre-1982 pennies. That's a brilliant idea. That is freaking brilliant. And what's great about pennies is they're around. Now, yeah, you got to go and pick up a lot, and yeah, you'd have to sift through some coins, but if you're really bored, heck, if you got a kid, you know, kids are useful for some things. Have them go through and separate all the pennies. And again, the premise would be that the United States government would not be around or it'd be so bad that you're melting copper coinage. But these actually do have value and have some more value there. That's about it. That's all I really could say. In terms of like, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I blew $10,000 and oh, silver didn't go up. Well, hold it. You know, this is an insurance policy. You're not going to sell your house to take all the proceeds. You don't need a ton of silver or gold or copper. Because if things get really that bad, what little you do have is going to be worth a lot more. So, I would say no more, you know, and this is rough thumb. Like, let's say you invest $500 a month into your 401k or IRA. At most, I'd say $100 should go into precious metals. It's again, it's an insurance. You don't need a ton. So, oh, the other thing, I'm sorry I forgot to mention this. Yes, you can get bars. You could get like pound bars, 10-pound bars of silver and other. Well, the problem there is there's a fair amount of counterfeit going on as well. So I like to stick with the official minted stuff or the coals because you know this is real. Some people will put in a filler and then wrap it around silver. So the bars, the bigger ones, I just kind of, and they're large and indivisible. So like if you want to buy things, you're going to face the same thing with gold. It's going to be so valuable. What are you going to do? Buy a car with it? I mean, you might, but just a little bit. That's it. So hopefully that answered your questions. We learned a little bit of something about gold and silver and coins. And visit my site, Captain Capitalism, when you're bored. We'll see ya.